Hello and welcome to the channel. If you happen to be looking for poetry, this might not be the channel for you. But if you're into wrestling, hang tight and check out the intro. Now, one of the questions I get asked a lot, and I'm sure people out there, especially if you're a little older, is, you still watch wrestling? Don't you know all of wrestling is fake? That's fake blood. Blah, 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 blah. So I figured, you know what? It'd make an interesting topic for a video, and let's get right to it. So why do I watch wrestling? Well, first of all, and most importantly, I still watch wrestling because it holds an emotional bond for me. When I was a little kid, I used to watch wrestling every week without failure. I was very much into wrestling. Then I found out that my lovely departed grandmother loved wrestling as well. And we instantly connected together. We formed a bond. And for a very long time, we watched wrestling every week, nonstop. And me being a kid at the time, I used to joke around with her and be like, I would flip the channel. There was another wrestling at the time that incorporated a lot of jumping and flipping around. I think we all know that type of wrestling style. She wasn't a fan at all. And she would get mad and said, put the other wrestling. Well, the other wrestling was at the time WWF, which is now WWE, and she absolutely loved it. Now you also got to remember, back then it was a different time. It was more just good versus evil, and that was pretty much wrestling for many years. Not like today where you have a lot of sports entertainment and also a lot of sexual innuendos or straight up sexual activity type of things. So it was very much more streamlined. It was good versus bad, and that's pretty much how it was. Just all drama based around that. That's number one, because it holds a bond for me. So every time I watch wrestling, even if I don't consciously feel it, there is a bond that I still feel I have with my grandmother while watching wrestling. Now, having said that, the other big reason I watch wrestling is it's a business. And not only is it a business, it's $1 billion business, in case you didn't know. These are large corporations. WWE is a large corporation. AEW has turned into a large corporation. You got smaller ones like Impact Wrestling, and now Ring of Honor is coming back. And you got all these indie companies out there. All these people all these companies have to make money. That's the bottom line. If they don't make money, heads start rolling. People start getting fired and wrestlers start getting suspended. It's just the way it is. So with all that comes tremendous drama, which I gotta be honest, lots of times I'm actually more interested in the business aspect than I am of the actual storylines in the product itself. Now, having said that, there is something that's always bothered me about wrestling when it comes to punishment. Like most normal companies, if I do something wrong, I get taken back into the back office, and either I get suspended, or they fine me, or they fire me, something. But in general, in wrestling, throughout history, when a wrestler does something, whether it be doing something that pisses off people in the back, which they call getting heat, or whatever, some type of drama, many times it ends up in the actual product. Or, to explain it in more detail, the wrestler himself gets punished in some form in the actual product that you see on TV, which I always found very odd and almost borderline childish. If your worker does something wrong, doesn't matter if he's a wrestler, it should be taken care of in the back office, backstage, not in your end product, especially if it's going to do harm to the product itself and the wrestler. But that only seems to only happen in wrestling. Hollywood doesn't even do that. If a particular actor really messes up, then they just don't hire him anymore. But that'll be a video for another day. So anyway, do me a favor. There must be millions of people out there, millions of stories of why you still watch wrestling of all different ages. Please leave your story in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you very much.